Alright, welcome back to Case Closed Anime Review, episode number 203. We're reviewing the 1090th episode of Case Closed, which is called, actually that's not the correct title. No, because for some reason the title that was given is actually not the correct title. It's actually a completely different one, called The Culprit Disappearing in a Sleeping Town. Yeah, that's actually a big fat lie. Let me look up and see what the actual title is. So, give me just a minute here. Here we go. Okay. Okay, that is the correct one. Okay. So, this one is a bit unique of an episode. There's a murder. We have a double. First, we have Conan Ran, Conan Ran, and Congo just walking along, and all of a sudden here, stop, murderer, and they run to see this security guard covered in blood, and it's footprints up the staircase. Of course, they discover there's actually another dead body up there. The CEO of a company that's up there. Yep. By the way, the whole thing with security guard, that's basically glossed over until figure out what exactly the cause of this. So the security guard is stabbed, and of course this CEO is stabbed. They reveal a little bit later about the CEO, which we'll get to that. So the security guard dies, and which police officer show up? Maguire, without his trademark yellow coat, probably because it's hot. Tagagi, that's not a surprise. And Sato in one of the not many. This does not happen very often for her, where she pops up in anime original episodes. Yeah, she doesn't really do that very much. Usually, a lot of the time, she pops up in canon stuff. Probably because, and this is my personal theory, anyways, there probably isn't a lot for her to do in the canon stuff. So let's just have her appear in. This is the thing, though. She had just appeared just a few episodes prior to this one in episode 1000. She actually appeared in a canon case, which, yeah, that was fairly recently. So, if you're curious, though, the last anime original case was only just 2 months ago. Really? Yes, really. Yeah. I'm glad they're featuring her a lot more because if you think of what comes to her, she was originally featured that much per se. Sometimes she would disappear for 20, 30 episodes before she finally showed up. Here's a surprising gap for her. If you're one point in episode 259, did not return to episode 301, roughly about 42 episodes later. Yes, she would do this a lot, where she would appear here and there, or 23 episodes. Prior to fairly recently, she's appeared a good amount per se. I mean, this year alone, she's appeared in a good amount of episodes. I mean, it's not really a lot per se. I mean, prior to this, she had just appeared not even a month ago. Which, yeah, I think it was a month ago they actually had the Inspirations matchmaker. That was fairly recent, like just last month. And prior to that was basically just a couple weeks prior to that one, back in May. And then we had prior to that one. So, I do appreciate her appearing a little more than usual. And prior to that Sakura one, she last appeared back episode 1070, which came out about 4 months prior to that. Yeah, 4 months. And then she also appeared in the background episode 1042. Yeah, so basically just this year alone, she's appeared in 5 episodes. Which, if you think about it for last year, per se. Let's see, was it 5? I think it was 5. Yeah, so last year. So, in case in the year of 2022, she appeared 4 times. Last year. 4 times. Thinking, really? 4 times? Yes, seriously. But in the year of 2020, She appeared in, let's see, 4, 5, 6. She appeared in 7 episodes in 2020, nothing in 2021, and then, like, she returned for 2022 for about a few episodes. This year, she's appeared more episodes than she did the previous year, which I gotta praise the fact she actually appears that much. Yes, so what exactly happened, like, right after they show up? So, they also have a bouquet of flowers. That's actually key a little bit later. So, basically, they discover that he apparently had the wife, which of course she was kind of suspected of, basically, possibly. Of course, the description is white clothes, though that's actually key to his own down. That was kind of key to something else. So Conan follows the footprints and comes across the guy's secretary. Yes. Oh, and by the way, the guy who died, his name is Yoki Hideto, and the security guard Ninju Garo. Yeah, just by sheer coincidence, his wife is the same age he is. That does not happen very often. That very rarely ever happens. Yes. So, basically, in a way, so the guy had been suspected of illegal stuff going on, but they couldn't exactly have proof. So, they also bring up the fact there was a woman who used to work named Sochi Sarai, who was the wife's best friend, and she died. Now, as for suspecting she died of basically suicide, but the secretary, it turns out he was actually her boyfriend, and he basically came to the company to investigate what really happened. And according to the CEO, he did confess to him. Well, he confessed to his wife first about it because it was shown that he was not wearing his wedding ring, but she was. The reason was, and she reveals this, he was actually planning on selling the company and divorcing his beautiful wife. All because of this illegal stuff with the apparent suicide. Oh yeah, and also the security guard, he was paid to cover it up. Yep, they do that in this episode. Yes, the dead security guard was corrupt. So, and that happened 4 years prior to this episode. There's also of course they confirmed both these alibis. Now it's like, oh, a murderer, and of course, like, who's the mysterious person who killed both of these people? Well, it's revealed it's suspected this actually security guard. Yep. And you're thinking, what? Really? The guy who died was shown dying first before they found that the CEO died? Well, turns out he had stabbed the CEO because of this stuff, and of course he also had revealed, oh yeah, he also been shocked by him, but to cover up the wounds, he had self-inflicted wounds on himself to cover, maybe possibly self-defense wounds. And it's also, he actually wore, like, apparently there were 2 sets of footprints there. Yeah, it turns out the reason why that was, and this is quite ingenious, he apparently put on extra set of soles on his shoes in order to make 2 different sets of footprints. Basically, it's the same shoe. Yeah, basically he glues on, and I'm like, okay, so then of course, apparently what caused his death was a complete accident. Yeah, he tripped over himself while chasing the secretary because he had seen him, well, pushing down on the guy's body, of course, covered in blood, and then he died. And by the way, this is a lot of this is revealed via Conan knocking out Kongro, but then of course they got this idea thanks to a blood stain on the window and a bloody footprint. And the thing is, forensics did not check this at all, which I'm like, really? They wouldn't check over here? So Conan's the first person to notice this, and of course, he had via Congo basically relay this. So, and of course, basically, yeah. So basically, the security guard possibly may have killed him because of the whole stuff suspected, but won't know. It basically kind of proved he did do it. So, and then we have this funny thing in the end where Rand's food disappeared. And it was obviously Congo because Beck was on his mouth and on the bottom of his shoes. And I was like, maybe I should confess to her too about it. And that's the episode. I mean, it's interesting how we get serious and we end with the comedy bit. But as case goes for you, they love doing this. They love ending on comedy bits. When it comes to original episodes, I think the comedy bit probably would land better. Basically, if it was something else, it was just kind of like oh, it was Culprit X, and like no, it was you. Oh, it was really you. Like, whatever. It was a pretty good. I like the main story of the episode. I gotta admit, basically, it's interesting. I've never seen one of these like this. Next episode involves all the girls. Yes, seriously. Yeah, Ami, Sonoko, Ran. It's an all girls episode. Even Sato's here too. Like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah. So, not much to say about this episode. Next week, episode 1091. Yeah, roughly 10 episodes left to go before to get to episode 1100. Only if you're curious, though, they just reached episode 1000 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years. Oh, and it was just this year. They actually just released episode 1001 on Tubi just this year. Yes, they just released it because apparently it's being dubbed again. Yes. Which is interesting. I'm curious when the heck they started this. That's a good question. I'm gonna check something because apparently they've started airing. Goes definitely forth this season per se. I think it was possible with episode 1000 is when they finally start airing the stuff on. Let's see, no, not 1000. Was it 990? Seems like a lot of episodes on one day. Excuse me. So apparently it was episode 965, 968. That was the first one released dubbed. Mm-hmm. Releasing here anyways. Yep. But yeah, next up is a Comic Corner and Doctor Who. Okay, next video. Bye.